What is up, guys? 5 tips to level up your photography. Let's go. Tip number 1. The center is boring. A lot of beginners like to put their subject in the middle of the frame, but these photos can often look boring and ordinary because it's pretty much the most common kind of photo that people take. But there are many other ways that you can frame your subject to make your photos look more interesting. Let's take the rule of thirds, for example. Whether you're using a smartphone or a professional camera, you'll find these lines on your screen. This is known as the rule of thirds. It divides your frame into a 3x3 grid. One simple way to use it is to place your subject at any of the intersections or along the grid lines. These points in the frame actually guide the eyes of a viewer. Another way to use it is to divide horizontal and vertical lines. For example, instead of going 50-50 with the horizon, try moving it away from the center. This retains the structure of your composition while still leaving room for creativity. One other way you could improve your compositions is to use negative space. You don't always have to fill the frame with your subject or capture everything in sight. Sometimes isolating your subject and leaving lots of empty space can bring back attention to your subject while reducing distractions. It can also help you create a sense of calm and express loneliness. Tip number 2. Lighting is everything. The word photography literally means drawing with light. So if you don't pay attention to lighting, it's like throwing paint onto a canvas and hoping for a masterpiece. Windows are super underrated. If you don't have any lighting equipment, just move to your nearest window. They're an excellent source of soft light, and they often mimic the qualities of those big professional lights that the pros use. And depending on your location, time of day, and weather, you'll get to play around with different types of light as well. If you follow any photography page on Instagram, you have probably seen photos during sunset, also known as golden hour. When the sun is about to set and there is less light, we often get to enjoy a lot of pretty colors. Everybody knows that already, but two very important trains. We have trains, so let's wait a few seconds and then we'll continue. My ears are freezing. Let's put the hood back on. It's way too cold to be filming outside. Okay, where was I? Two very important aspects that make sunsets a really good time to shoot is the softness of the light and the angle of the sun. The combination of these two factors facilitate a play of light and shadows that you can't get at any other time of the day. An easy way to mark the beginning of sunset is to look right below you. If your shadow is longer than you, that means it's time to shoot. Tip number 3. Know what you're shooting and why. Shooting with intention means you're not just reacting to what looks interesting, but you're deciding why you're taking the photo in the first place. So before you click the shutter, you should have some sort of an idea of what you want from the photo or what you want the audience to feel. And if you can't identify those things, your photos will feel a bit random. And this is not a monolithic principle that you have to follow, but you have to learn it if you want to know when and how to break it. While I have been talking, it has started to snow, so I'm thinking let's talk inside the car for a bit. So as I was saying, knowing what to focus on changes how you compose a frame. Once you know what matters, everything else either supports the vision or gets removed. That might mean moving closer, adjusting your angles, simplifying the background, or even waiting for better lighting. When you're making conscious decisions instead of leaving it up to chance, that clarity is what separates a random snapshot from a meaningful photograph. Since we just talked about window lighting, I'm going to use my window for the rest of this video just to show you how nice it is, even though I'm not using any of my fancy lights and stuff, okay? I just turned on this red light because I really like it, but other than that, I'm not going to use any fancy lights. Tip number 4. Play with angles. Now most people shoot everything from eye level because it feels natural, but that often leads to boring photos. But changing your angle immediately changes the energy of a photo. Shooting from a lower angle can make your subject look powerful and dramatic, while shooting from above can create vulnerability. Even taking one step to the left or right can create better separation and reveal new compositions. The idea is to stop accepting the first perspective that you see and keep moving until the composition feels right. When you shoot through objects in the foreground or tilt slightly, it creates visual tension. A change in height can remove distractions. A change in distance can create stronger balance within the frame. I guarantee that if you start exploring different perspectives, you'll run into a lot of unique and fun photos. Okay, so it is getting a little bit dark outside, so I'm gonna use a different light now. So this is the CM25 by Zhiyun. It's a tiny little light, but it is exceptionally good. Super bright actually. We don't need all that light, to be honest. We just need a little bit. Okay, so the temperature is gonna be 4700, something like that, according to my camera. And I'm just gonna place it right here in front of me. How about I place it on the actual camera? That's absolutely nuts. Bro, that's crazy. Wait, I'm gonna show you what I did just now. So this is the light resting on the side of my camera right now, bro. Absolutely nuts. Super easy setup. Okay, back to the video. Tip number 5. Upgrade your eyes, not your gear. A huge misconception among beginners is that better gear produces better photos. Even though equipment can expand your technical possibilities, it's not gonna compensate for skills such as lighting and composition. A more expensive camera can't fix your poor framing or weak storytelling. When you rely too heavily on gear, you avoid developing the foundational skills that actually make photos compelling. Mastering lights, understanding angles, and learning how to design a shot that will improve your photos far more than upgrading to a new camera. Limiting yourself to the gear that you already have can actually sharpen your creativity because constraints force you to think harder and pay closer attention. Instead of asking what kind of camera you need, ask how you can use lighting better, how you can reposition your subject or refine your framing. When your skills improve, you can use any camera to make spectacular photographs. Some of my favorite images were captured on cheap digicams and smartphones. At the end of the day, leveling up your photography isn't about memorizing rules. It's about becoming more aware of light, composition, angles, and intention. Small adjustments in how you see and frame the world can bring about massive improvements without spending $1 on cool gear. When you slow down and make conscious choices, you'll start to see how it affects your photos. If you focus on these foundations and practice them consistently, your photos will most definitely evolve along with you. Your eyes will become your most valuable pieces of gear, and the world will never look the same. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If this video helped you out in any way, give it a thumbs up. And if you like photography and filmmaking content, do subscribe because I do have a lot of fun videos coming up which you don't want to miss. So yeah, thanks again for watching and I hope you have a great day. Oh, that's a skunk right there, bro. That is a skunk. That is a skunk.